I had this experience during lockdown as we spent most of the time at home praying. It is when I was sleeping that I had a dream, in which we were on a journey and we were numerous in this journey. We were accompanied by protocol service, that kept telling us that the place we were heading was a really wonderful place of unspeakable joy and light, for we are strangers and pilgrims on this earth. There were 3 lines of people in the queue traveling with excitement and great expectation to see a wonderful city awaiting them, and I joined one of the queue and I was excited about the good place we were heading to. The more we kept moving I began to see staircases that were going down beneath the ground, yet these staircases were extremely beautiful and shiny. When we got closer I smelled wonderful aroma of fragrance that was captivating. Everybody was rushing to the bright stairs under the influence of the fragrance of this place. We all stepped on the stair one by one and began to walk down the stairs that was decorated. As we continue walking the stair I saw that we were already deep down beneath the earth. And when we had reached the underworld region I just noticed that the environment was no longer the same. No one seems to have noticed the difference. In truth the staircase of light were no longer shining but they were rusty, old and ancient, and there was no more fragrant aroma. Moreover the stairs were no longer comfortable. The smell was no longer good fragrance but it had become strange, and I became worried. We still continue going down deeper. And then I began to smell stench of carrion instead of aroma. I stopped and told people that walk the stairs before and after me, "Brethren, are you not seeing what I am seeing? Can't you see that things are no longer the same? The brightness and the aroma of this place has turned to darkness and stench. Have you not noticed?" I saw that people were still joyful and under the enchantment of the fragrance and brightness that was already left behind. People responded to me in these terms: "Let us continue the journey to the beautiful city for we want to see the wonderful place promised unto us." I warned them that something was not right. Still we continue going down for they were insisting. It seems that they had eyes but could not see. I began to sense that the stench was getting unbearable as we kept descending and I told them, "Brethren, honestly there is something fishy and sinister. We cannot continue this journey. Can't you see how the stair has become and can't you sense the stench?" And when I looked down deeper brother I noticed that the staircase had ended just few steps away from us, and I realized that those who walked before me had already fallen in bottomless abyss of darkness. The stair was set up so that at a certain point when you step on it you will fall in the dark pit, and when I looked deep inside the dark pit I saw that the pit was filled with bones of millions of people. There were also countless corpses that had fallen in this pit recently and they were rotting. And finally I saw people that were walling the stair before us. They had already fallen in enemy booby trap. I saw that they were treading on human bone and corpses that filled this dark pit. I was in shock and panic when I saw this horrible scene and I began to shout to everybody in these terms, "Brethren, please look down beneath the ground. Please see for yourself for how we are heading to a bottomless pit and doom. We are heading to death and perdition. See for yourself. We must make you turn. Don't be distracted. Behold, this is the place we were going and its destruction. Please let's return to the surface." Brethren, when people looked down carefully, everybody began to scream in terror, and we realized we were all blinded by the enemy and people told me, "You are right sister, we are heading to destruction and doom. We must change the course and climb back." In order to climb up the stair I was forced to convince the person behind me to go up the stair. Everybody in the stair including those who were still in the beginning of the stair were informed that there was a big pit and people were fallen in the dark because the stairs were discontinued. Everybody began to turn in order to climb up. There was dread and panic. New arrival were agitating and asking, "Why are you climbing back up? What's wrong?" The staircase was leading to a pit of destruction. People were falling in it, but when we all turned back in order to climb up to reach the surface, we saw that the staircase had become a wire ladder, and it was tough to climb this ladder. People were falling into the pit. They were struggling to climb the wire ladder. It got so painful that our hands and feet were hurt. Despite the pain I decided not to let go like many that were falling in the bottomless pit. I said, "Lord, have mercy on my soul. Help me not to fall in the pit." I thought I was in the way that lead to a good place, but I was deceived. The Lord had me and pulled me out of that place to the surface, and said, "Go warn people. They think they are going to heaven. Go warn them because they are descending to the great pit of darkness thinking they are going to a good place, and tell them what you have seen. We have saved you so that you will save all these people that are in these lines. They think they are heading to a place of joy. Tell them that they are going to the great pit, and that you have seen the millions of human bones and rotting corpse in the abyss. Go tell them you come from where they are heading and you saw people screaming in dread before falling in the place of doom. Honestly, the bottomless pit was horrendous. They were great darkness, million of bones and corpses and great scream. I was really exhausted and out of breath when I had reached the surface and my clothes were torn because of the ladder I were climbing. But the Lord said you cannot wait. Even if you are tired, you have to hurry and run. Go quickly and warn these people in these lines in order to save them. They are just like you. They are thinking they are going to a wonderful place of light and joy. Tell them so that they won't be surprised by things you have seen in the pit. It is better for them to be warned in advance about what is waiting for them. It is not good for them to be surprised by what they will see there. Let them be warned even if they will not accept. Whoever listened to you will be saved, but whoever refused to listen will be condemned. I know you are exhorted, but be strong and go to save them. Before leaving I saw that the area around this first staircase was sealed, just like when the police sealed a crime scene to prevent people from entering. I was so exhausted, but I went to the next line where people had queue, and I said to the brethren, you are heading to perdition, you are heading to death, and there are countless corpses and bones down there where you are going. Please, you must turn around and move away from this place. I was also in the lines like you, but I discovered that we were going down to the pit, where I saw people falling to the abyss of human bones and corpses. I screamed and we all made a U-turn, but the stair became of wire ladder. It was tough to climb. As a result, the majority of people in our line fell in the great darkness of the abyss. Very quickly I noticed that people were looking at me as I was crazy, and the expression of their face and body language was total contempt. One of them, a lady, said, "Don't listen to her, she must be mad, she has a problem in her head." I felt pain in my heart when this woman spoke that way. I said to them, "I am not mad, don't be put off by my torn clothes. It's when I was trying to climb the ladder that my clothes got torn. Believe me, I come from where you are going and I am a witness. I have seen doom with my eyes." They said, "You are mad, something is wrong with you. We have been told that we are going to a wonderful place of joy and peace prepared for us." I replied, "Those who are before you are already destroyed, and those who precede you are already falling in the pit of destruction, and you are heading to a land of doom and perdition, but you have an opportunity to make a U-turn, and the grace of God is available for you. But if you persist and use this staircase to go down, understand that to climb back to the surface will be the toughest thing ever. God saved me and sent me to warn you." But to my surprise no one believed me. I left them, went to the third line. Still no one believed me. They thought I was mad. No one believed me. Finally a man said he was touched by the warning. He said this woman can be right in what she is saying, because we were in the first line waiting behind them, but we were told to join the second and third line without explanation and justification. Something must have happened in the first line, but we are kept in the dark for fear of knowing the truth, and the place was sealed just like that. This woman could be right. She was surely before us in the first line and went down the staircase and saw things. That is why that staircase was closed and sealed. Then the man left the line. When people saw him leaving the line, I saw some of them leaving the line and joining him. Then I saw people of the second line who said that I was crazy, murmuring between them, and some of them left the line and joined the people who move away from the line, and they began to ask me more clarification. I began to explain to them again, but one of them told me, "You are explaining well, still we were told that we are heading to a place of salvation. I am going to return to the queue." And this man returned to the queue, but many people stay with me. We ended up having two groups. That's when my dream ended. I was overwhelmed and in wonder because I slept only 30 minutes. I never understood this dream that I got in 2020, but now I understand. I remember the vision where God told me, "Tell my children to leave these churches, especially those who still go to churches. Tell them to come out of these churches, because they are stamping people with the mark of the beast. I am about to restore the church, but my children must seek me at home. because people are being stamped with the mark of the beast in many churches. The Lord did not say that those who go to bars and nightclub are being marked. He said those who go to church are being marked with the mark of the beast. The enemy does not care about those who are in bars and nightclub because they belong to him. He is aiming the church in order to conquer the believers.